Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
This is a good model. This is a good place to put the money.
Winnebago County invests in the mental health of its residents. Leaders in law enforcement weigh in on the success of a new project aimed at cutting down on the number of unnecessary arrests. For people who've been facing extra long lines to get their driver's license renewed, we'll tell you about the state's extended ID deadline.
He took me underneath his wing and has been a father-like figure, second father in my life ever since.
A Stateline football coach battling colon cancer sees an outpouring of support from those he's mentored. Find out how you can help with the effort. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Eric Wilson is off tonight. Winnebago County leaders say a recently launched plan to give those struggling with mental health issues resources is working. Michelle Rave caught up with Sheriff Gary Caruana, and he tells you the program works to improve core issues rather than temporarily throwing people in jail.
The Crisis CoResponse team was developed last year. Tonight, the Rockford City Council is set to approve a grant to help the team bring on some more staff. The grant is coming in the form of over $2 million. It will be used to bring in 4 fully licensed officers to the team. It will also bring 2 sheriff's deputies, 1 Loves Park police officer, and 7 Rosecrans staff. The team will grow from 5 staff members to 14. The program was designed to help bridge the gap between law enforcement and mental health patients. They help provide patients with the proper resources instead of sending them to jail. Sheriff Gary Caruana says so far the program has been working.
But it's really, I guess, cutting edge and proactive on the mental health issue. And we don't leave these folks when they're having a crisis just to end up going to jail. We're hoping, and it looks like it's going down that road, that we're so proactive that we won't even get to that crisis situation.
Coming up at 6, we'll hear more from Sheriff Caruana as well as Rosecrans about the success of this program. Mimi?
All right, Michelle, thanks for that. Rescue workers remain hopeful they'll find survivors in the rubble of a collapsed condo building near Miami as they dig for a 5th day. The death toll rose to 10 today. 151 others are still missing. Dozens of rescuers at a time are breaching the collapsed walls of the 12-story building and tunneling underneath. Officials say they found voids where there's a chance that people might have survived. Families of the missing were bussed in so they could watch crews work.
Families, because of the process we've gone through, are coming to their own conclusions. They have seen the operation, they understand now how it works, and they are preparing themselves for news one way or the other.
The federal government sent a team of scientists and engineers to the site to determine if a larger investigation into the cause is needed. They are part of an agency that was formed after 9/11. A 5-year-old girl and her 2 adult family members were killed in a crash between a Metro train and a minivan in Chicago. Investigators say the train collided with the car, then dragged it 4 blocks. That was around 5 last night. In the process, the front Metro car derailed. 1 engineer was injured. 41 passengers were on board at the time. They were taken to the hospital. Witnesses told police the driver of the minivan went around cars, then went around the gate to try and beat the train. Illinois Conservation Police are looking for the suspect they say hit a patrol car and left the scene. This happened Saturday on Route 54. Authorities say a fully marked patrol car had its emergency lights on when it was hit by a car. They say the suspect left the scene going eastbound down Route 54 towards Farmer City. The suspect's car is a dark-colored pickup extended or quad cab with tinted windows. The car should have damage to the front, driver's side fender, bumper, and headlight. Illinois is extending expiration dates for driver's licenses and state ID cards by another 5 months. Today, Secretary of State Jesse White announced he's moving the deadline for expiring licenses and IDs from August 1st of this year to January 1st of 2022. The move should alleviate the number of people going to driver services facilities where lines and wait times remain long. The federal deadline for the real ID has been extended until May of 2023. Illinois drivers can expect to pay a little more at the pump soon. Starting Thursday, the price of a gallon will go up by ½ cent. That's part of a gas tax, which lawmakers recently voted to increase. Funds will be used toward Governor J.B. Pritzker's Rebuild Illinois infrastructure plan, which includes fixing roads. A local football coach who's had an impact on hundreds of Stateline athletes now needs a sport for himself. Rachel Perry spoke with friends and colleagues of the mentor, and Rachel, they're collecting Get Well Soon cards to lift his spirits after a heartbreaking diagnosis.
That's right, Mimi. Andy Trice is in the CICU after a cancer diagnosis, but the community has rallied together to put a smile on his face.
Mr. Trice was just Mr. Trice. Everyone that he knew, he loved.
Andy Trice is the assistant varsity football coach at Hononegah Community High School. Trice was recently diagnosed with colon cancer and is in the CICU in Beloit. Jenny Kruger met Trice her first day at school.
His personality is just so awesome, and I was in the lunchroom eating by myself, and he just came over, and from there on out it went.
Trice also coached at Beloit College and the South Beloit School District, where he met longtime friend John Heineke.
He did an outstanding job. We were quite proficient offensively, and he had a great part in that.
Heineke describes Trice as passionate and sensitive, too.
The coach's coach. He was very concerned about his players. He was strict. I mean, he demanded that they do the job right.
I cannot see Mr. Trice as strict at all. He loved everybody.
Now his family is asking for support, and the community quickly showed up, making cards for the beloved coach.
I think this is the most amazing thing in the world. I hope everybody sends him cards.
Jenny plans to send one every day. Now dozens of friends have even changed their Facebook profile picture to his photo.
I love you, Mr. Trice, and I'm praying for you, and we're all praying for you, and we need you to be better.
Cards can be mailed to Beloit Memorial Hospital. I'll make sure to include that address in this story on mystateline.com. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Rachel. A Stateline healthcare center upholds its status as a leader in patient care. Crusader Community Health was awarded its 8th consecutive gold seal of approval from the Joint Commission. This means Crusader surpasses expectations in coordination of care, infection prevention and control, medication management, and patient education. Crusaders maintained this award status since 1999. Today is National Paul Bunyan Day, and one small town in central Illinois has come up with a great way to celebrate. Created in 1966 and in Atlanta, Illinois since 2003, a Paul Bunyan statue stands at 19 feet tall along Route 66. Unlike the normal Paul Bunyan, who carries an axe, this one carries a hot dog. He was molded for a hot dog stand. This Bunyan's last name is spelled with an O instead of an A to avoid copyright issues. The town's tourism director, Whitney Ortiz, says the Bunyan is a symbol of the Atlanta community.
Paul just highlights it, and later I see on Facebook pictures of them with Paul, and it's just very heartwarming. It's like, wow, yeah, people from all over. There are people that I'm friends with who are big 66ers in Europe, and they post throwback photos with Paul Bunyan. I'm like, I know exactly where that picture is taken at.
Atlanta, Illinois is holding an even bigger Paul Bunyan event next year on June 28th. President Joe Biden spent the weekend working to preserve a bipartisan infrastructure deal reached last week. That deal came under fire after Biden said he wouldn't sign the bill unless it was accompanied by a larger reconciliation package. Our Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson has more as he keeps you connected to the nation's capital.
Good evening. The White House is doing damage control after comments by President Biden nearly brought the bipartisan infrastructure deal to a halt. But now the White House is trying to get things back on track.
Let me just reiterate, the president looks forward to signing each bill.
Last week, after announcing a deal, the president then said he'd only sign it if it was passed alongside his American Families Plan. Republicans, like Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, slammed the comments.
Endorse the agreement in one breath and threaten to veto it in the next. It almost makes your head spin.
On Saturday, President Biden said he fully stands behind the compromise deal and wasn't threatening a veto.
Which was not his intent, and he wanted to make clear that was not his intent.
The deal with Republican and Democratic senators focuses on traditional items like roads, bridges, and airports, while also expanding high-speed internet.
Those are the kinds of things we will support. Don't raise the taxes, fix infrastructure, we can get the job done.
Utah Republican Senator Mitt Romney, who helped negotiate the agreement, says he trusts President Biden will keep his word.
I am totally confident the president will sign it if it comes to his desk.
But Democrats still plan to act alone on the second piece of the president's plan.
He's long supported the two-track approach, and his view is that the American people are most interested in what we're going to do to deliver for them.
Tuesday, President Biden will take his infrastructure message on the road with a trip to Wisconsin. Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson, back to you.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, for some, we've had heavy downpours come down. For others, it's been dry. But for all of us, it has been muggy. And that mugginess with that high moisture will lead to some heavy rain-producing showers. It's just not something that everybody is going to experience. Had some heavier rainfall move across parts of Ogle, Lee County, out through DeKalb County. A few heavier showers working up now towards the Freeport area down near Foreston. And a few lighter showers just a little bit further back off to the southwest. We look further to the south, the thunderstorms working up across parts of central Illinois, overall weakening, but generally lifting up to the north and northeast. So we are going to continue to see those more scattered showers here as we go through this evening. And with a little bit of a boundary in place here this afternoon, we actually had some of those showers produce a couple of funnel clouds over parts of Whiteside, Lee, and DeKalb counties here earlier this afternoon. A flash flood watch is in effect for most of northern Illinois. This goes through tomorrow evening. Now you might be saying, okay, we need the rainfall, and I haven't gotten any rain over the last couple of weeks. And unfortunately, that kind of trend is something that is going to continue. Where it rains, it is going to be heavy, but where we don't see the rainfall, you're not going to get much out of this as that activity remains mostly scattered. As we have high pressure anchored over the southeast, area of low pressure up over the plains. So we've got this plume of moisture coming in over the western Gulf of Mexico. That is bringing our dew point temperatures into the 70s. So it's muggy out there. It's that tropical air mass. Behind all of this, a drier air mass that'll work in here by the end of the week. So it will get rid of some of those showers. Let's talk about the rain activity here as we go through this evening, because we are going to continue to see that scattered activity through much of this evening and into the overnight. Again, scattered, not something that everybody is going to experience, but where the rain comes down, there are going to be some heavier downpours. Now, our overall severe threat does stay low, but we get a little bit of an uptick in some of the wind up in the jet stream tomorrow afternoon. So that might provide us with maybe a gusty wind or two with any shower or thunderstorm that does develop. But tomorrow will be similar to today. Scattered activity through the afternoon. That'll continue into Tuesday night. Cold front comes in on Wednesday, so that does push a little bit more of that activity a bit further to the south on Wednesday afternoon. But we'll hang on to some of those showers here as we head towards Thursday. A live look with our Mercial SkyTrack camera out at the Park Hills Golf Course in Freeport. We've got those showers moving in. Again, just look for the heavier showers where the rain does come down. Temperature in Freeport at 76. We're at 80 in Rockford, but the heat index, or what it feels like, makes it feel a few more degrees warmer than that because of these dew points in the low 70s in some spots. So that very tropical type air mass. Our weather watcher temperatures in the upper 70s. We've got 0.2 of an inch of rain for Ben and South Beloit, with the current temperature sitting at 79. Tonight we're down to 69 degrees, up to 82 for tomorrow. 85 on Wednesday. We're down into the 70s by the end of the week. Right now looks like our holiday weekend, Mimi, should be dry, but if that low pressure system lingers a little longer over the weekend, we could see some of those showers last into Sunday.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lepper.
I'm coming to you live from the newest sports venue in the Stateline, ABC Supply Stadium in downtown Beloit, what will be the new home of the Beloit Snappers baseball team. They broke ground on this venue just about a year ago, and now they're almost ready to play ball here. They just announced today that the very first Snappers game played here will be on Tuesday, August the 3rd. I'm going to step aside here to give you a better look at the stadium. Some of the crew here still, putting the finishing touches on the field, but it's coming along nicely and certainly will be ready for action on that August 3rd date. We've seen a lot of minor league baseball in the Stateline over the years. Nothing like this. It is a state-of-the-art facility. It's what has saved the franchise, and without this, Major League Baseball would have eliminated a minor league franchise in the community of Beloit. So this stadium is saving the franchise. Joined now by the president of the Beloit Snappers, Jeff Gergella. And Jeff, this is going to be your office from now on. You're going to come to work here every day. How excited are you about that?
Yeah, we're pretty giddy. Yeah, when I started this job in January, our friends, the general contractor, CCI, was pretty confident August 3rd was going to be the first day. But so we've had to keep this secret now for about 6 months. Happy to announce that we're going on sale on Wednesday, single game seats. It's snappersbaseball.com. And yeah, August 3rd. It's this place is tremendous, a beautiful aura about it all, and so yeah, we're super giddy about it.
It's state of the art, amazing for the Class A level. What do you think the fans will enjoy the most about coming here?
Well, the aesthetics, certainly 200,000 bricks from the Janesville Brick Company adorn this place. I think the 360-degree boardwalk, so people can mill about, right, grab their beer or bratwurst and do a lap. The scoreboard, right? Snappers fans aren't really too accustomed to a 40-foot scoreboard out there. So yeah, a lot of things to enjoy here. And just the ambiance. A lot of parking downtown. There's 900 spots within just a short walk of the stadium. So we think the whole driveway to driveway experience will be rather unique here.
Real quick, how soon can fans buy tickets?
Wednesday morning, 10 o'clock, snappersbaseball.com.
All right, that first game again is
Tuesday, August 3rd.
All right, we'll be here for that one. Jeff, thanks for joining us. Folks, we're going to give you a better tour of this stadium a little bit later tonight at 9 and 10 o'clock. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Sworn interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. We've got a few scattered showers out there this evening. Biggest threat are going to be the heavy downpours associated with those. Not something that everybody is going to get here this evening or during the day tomorrow, but where it does rain, it could come down on the heavier side. We've got a flash flood watch that'll last through tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock. Temperatures in the 80s. Drying out a little more, but we hold on to that storm threat at least through Thursday. Back into the 70s by the end of the week. Could see some showers.
All right, thanks, Candace, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 6.